Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast and welcome to an especially special episode, which is our very first masterclass. You guys, I am so excited because this masterclass is one of many more amazing things to come for Rich Black Doc. As you know, we started with the podcast earlier this year. And one thing that I really wanted to add was not just hearing from fellow colleagues who are currently active in their journeys to financial freedom, but for us to also hear from professionals and experts in different industries that are relevant to our journeys to financial freedom. And the reason being is because we all know that there are more things far beyond what we've learned in school, in our training, and in life that is necessary to us not only successfully, but strategically accomplishing our goals. And I feel like it is only more beneficial to have individuals come in to provide us that insight and to equip us with those strategies that will indeed allow us to be able to successfully and strategically achieve the financial freedom that will allow us to serve on our own terms, enjoy fulfilling lives, and create powerful legacies. You all already know my hashtag, changing lives and legacies, because with our careers, our abilities, our potentials go so far beyond what we do in our clinical settings and in our jobs, whether it's with patients, with students, whatever it is we do, we can go so far beyond. And many times we're limited because of our time or our money being limited. And that's why everything we talk about here at Rich Black Doc is all about equipping us with the time and money that will give us that freedom to expand our impact and to start with our own lives, right? Because we can't give what we don't have. And we know that a lot of us had to give up and even get into the negative for our careers. And one of the biggest stressors is debt. It is debt. So many individuals don't even pursue their careers because of the debt that comes with it. And so it is my hope that we all will realize that we do not have to let debt, we don't have to let the lack of money or the lack of time stop us from truly reaching our full potential. And I'm so excited to kick off this masterclass with a guest who is going to help us understand that we can actually pay off our debt sooner than later. And get this, you guys, without compromising our lifestyles, our financial freedom goals, and everything. That is the catch. That is the difference. I shouldn't say catch. That is the difference, because many of us work hard to achieve that debt freedom at the expense of other goals that we have. But the discussion we're going to have tonight is going to show us that that is not necessary, and that this strategy may actually accelerate and make us realize that there's other ways in which we can actually create wealth with this actual strategy and system. So for the next few minutes, you'll be hearing a few clips from our masterclass session with Don Daniel on a strategic way to pay off debt. And if you want to join us for the next live masterclass or catch the replays, visit richblackdoc.com and subscribe to the newsletter so that you can receive notifications on upcoming masterclass sessions and other opportunities that you'll be able to join us on. Enjoy.
How you doing?
I'm
Hi, Dr. Claudia. How's everything?
Amazing. I'm so excited to have you here. Super excited. This is a discussion that honestly is so needed. It's never going to grow old in our community, because as far as I know, there's no discussion about decreasing or minimizing or eliminating the debt that we have to take on for our careers. Some of us are blessed to get scholarships. Some of us go into programs that allow us to pay off our debt, but many of us still have to carry around the heavy burden, sometimes up to like $500,000. And that's just in school alone.
That's right.
That's not thinking about cars. That's not thinking about mortgages and other loans and things that we've had to pull out for school or just other things in life as a whole. So I'm really excited to hear about what you are going to share with us. And before we get in, I do want to allow you or ask you to please introduce yourself to us. Tell us a bit about you. What even brought you into this whole like conquer the debt life, freeing us all. So please introduce yourself.
I'll be glad to. My name is Don Daniel, founder of Pill Method International. It's a better way to eliminate debt. And for 16 years, we have been explaining to people how loans actually work.
Mm,
The way that we all pay back loans right now is very inefficient. It's the most inefficient way on the planet to pay back money. The amortization schedule that we all use, that has been in use for the last 88 years, we've been paying 75% more interest than we actually need to. It all started in 1934. There's a whole history. Maybe I can come back and talk about the history of debt and help us to understand
mm,
that the way that we pay interest. So it is not the debt that's the problem. It
mm,
never has been.
mm,
It's the cost of managing the debt that's the problem.
mm,
And the interest that we're all used to paying is nothing more than rent
mm.
on your money.
What is one misconception that people often have when it comes to paying off debt, amortization schedules, basically your expertise, your field? What is one recurring misconception you find that you think it's worth for us making sure we don't fall into?
That anything you do to get out of debt is as good as any other thing you can do to get out of debt. They're not all equal. I had a guy who paid off his car.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he paid off, he took $40,000 out of the bank, paid off his car,
Mm-hmm.
and the $700 he's no longer paying on the car,
Mm-hmm.
he's now putting that on his mortgage every month because that's how he's been taught. So he
Mm-hmm.
called and I said, and he told me the story. And when I told him, I said, well, that's what the experts teach. Why are you calling me? He
Mm-hmm.
says, well, I saw some of your YouTube videos. By the way, we have over 140 shows on how to pay off mortgages in 7 years on YouTube. Just
Nice.
go and search for Pill Method.
Okay.
And then I asked him, how much interest did you save by paying off the car? He says, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. We figured out that he saved $7,000 by paying off the car in interest. If
Mm-hmm.
he had put that money on his mortgage,
Mm-hmm.
he would have saved $80,000 in interest,
Wow.
not 7,000.
Mm.
So anything you can do to get out of debt is not as good as any other thing you can do. You want to be strategic
Mm-hmm.
and you want to be precise and know how much interest you can save when you make a move. And you have to be able to measure.
Mm.
You can't optimize what you cannot measure.
Mm. Wow. That's profound. I that yeah. Now I'm wondering, well, did I make the most strategic move with my early payment? So, wow, that's really something good to think about. Another question for you: we all love success stories. We want to see the we want to hear the evidence of it. So tell us, is there any memorable successful story? You've already showed us examples clearly, but
Right.
is there any success stories that stick out to you that you want to just leave in our minds to
Well,
remember?
just a couple. I had a young couple straight out of college
Mm-hmm,
with student loans and their mortgage,
mm-hmm,
and they paid off that mortgage in 6.5 years.
mm,
And the next year, they had paid off all their student loans.
wow.
And I met this couple in 2008 when we moved to Huntsville.
Mm-hmm,
This couple now will be paying next year, will be paying off their third home on
wow.
our system.
Wow.
And their oldest child is 9 years old.
Wow. Wow. The generational wealth is already in full effect.
And every home they've paid off, they put renters in.
See, that's the gold. That's gold. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's powerful. So those of us listening can realize, man, that can be us. And you
Yes.
showed us an example of how someone with well over $1 million of debt was able to do it in that same time frame. So that is actually really, really encouraging because I feel like many of us get discouraged and
Yes.
we sometimes don't even want to try. So I really hope that this encourages someone to hear that couple like that. That could be me. That could be you. We next, right? We can do this. We can so do this. So my last question, because you really are passionate about this. You've been spending years doing this, and I know it hasn't been easy. I know it hasn't been cheap, and you continue to pour in every day to bring awareness to this strategic way of paying off debt and helping people with their financial freedom journeys. And so I want to ask you, I ask this with my other guests who are actively pursuing financial freedom. And I want to ask you who are helping people to pursue financial freedom to finish this statement. When it comes to financial freedom, it's not just about the money, it's about blank.
Mm. When it comes to financial freedom, it's not just about the money, it's about understanding how money really works.
Hmm.
If you don't know the rules, you can't play the game.
Hmm.
Okay? I know right now many of you don't refer to it as soccer.
Mhm.
You refer to it as football. I
Mhm.
guarantee you, you don't want me on your football pitch. You don't want me on your cricket pitch.
Mm,
Why? Because I don't know the rules. You
mm,
don't want me on your team.
mm,
Okay. So that's what we're talking about. Once you know the rules,
mhm,
then you are in control of your financial future. And we're
mm,
going to teach you the rules.
mm. I love it. I love it. This was so, so good, so powerful. You see, we already asked for part two, encore, all of that, because this was just so, so good. And I just really want to say thank you so much once again for joining us, Don. This time you shared with us truly is not just going to change our lives and our legacies, but it's also going to be impacting so many more communities and generations to come. So I just want to thank you for that. And I want to just look through our chat once again. Someone had a question. Okay, you have like 1 more minute, Don.
I got
Let's
one more minute. I got one
let's
more
do
minute.
a question. Is there a question? Anyone? I see someone had a question. I guess they weren't able to type it in. Maybe they're at work or something. But if you have a question, if you want to put it in really quick, we can go ahead and ask Don while he's here. But if we don't get it in within the next minute, then we might just have to save it for the part two, or you can reach out to Don yourself. So while we wait, Don, would you please just share with us again? I'm gonna add it to the
Mhm.
show notes and caption, but just share with everyone again how they can connect with you while we wait for the
You
question.
can connect with me a couple of different ways. One is my digital business card, which is ICE, which stands for Interest Cancellation Expert,
Mhm.
ICE, the number 10, the letter K.com. ICE 10K.com. That's my digital business card.
Mhm.
My website is pillmethod.com. Either
Okay.
way, you
Mhm.
can get to the button that says get a savings and earnings report.
Mhm.
By filling out that report, by
Mhm.
following all the instructions there,
Mhm.
you can know the month, day, and year you could be debt free and how
Mhm.
much interest you could save by
Mhm.
filling out the financial form there.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes, and I just want to say, my husband and I, we definitely did this, and we were amazed to see that our estimate is within 10 years. And that's with us being, I mean, we're probably well over the million with like school debt. Jeff he did dental school. Now he's doing med school. We both have undergrad loans. Thankfully, I had a scholarship during dental school. And I'm like, thank you, God, because I guess I was going to marry a husband who's going to get more debt. But, we have other investments, everything. And I was amazed to see that number. And that's without us reaching our full earning potential. Like Jeff is not working yet, and so I think that, it's important for us to realize like it's very possible, and there's many things we don't know unless we really like look into it and dig deeper. And I hope that this session allowed you to really start thinking and considering the fact that there may be other ways to do what it is we're trying to do that is different from what you're hearing everyone else promote. Everyone at the end of the day is trying to get the money for them. And that's what the banks are doing. That's what the lenders are doing. We have all been debating, forgive the student loans, but guess what? They don't want to do that because it's not going to help them. Everyone is thinking about how to add more to their pocket. And as we do the same, we have to realize that we're going to really have to be strategic, really be intentional. And Don, I just want to thank you once again for shedding this light with us. We will definitely be in touch. I wasn't able to get that other question in. I know some of you are busy at work, probably like watching and listening in between, different tasks and everything. But I pray you all found this to be a blessing. We definitely will be working on getting an encore or a part 2. But Don has shared his contact information. I will share it again. This replay will be shared. Thank you so much, Don, once again for your time. I really, really appreciate it. We learned so much, and I know this is going to be a blessing to us as we continue to strive to achieve that time and money freedom that we all really want so that we can live the lives and create the legacies that matter for us. So thank you so much, and we will be in touch. And to everyone else who is watching, whether it's now, whether it's later, I just want to encourage you to continue to be intentional and strategic about your journey, your goals. Remember, it's personal. It's all about you, what you're trying to achieve, the lifestyle you want to live, the legacy you want to create, and how you want to serve. It all comes down to you. And there are people, there are systems out there that exist to help you do that. And this masterclass is the first of many to come. I am dedicated. I'm committed. I am determined to go out and find these individuals, find the information and the resources that are going to equip us to be able to achieve this. Because one thing that hurts me is seeing us compromise our health, our well-being, our passions to serve, our families that we love, and the legacies that we can create, all because we don't have the time or we don't have the money, and because we're stressed and burdened by things like debt. So I am here ready and continuing to bring the value, the information that we need to make this happen. And I'm so excited to see more of us thrive and reach all of our respective goals. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so. Follow the podcast, go visit the website and tune in. More things are to come. And I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. And until then, please do take good care.